Hello, and welcome to our Lone Star Conference Hoops Week 2024 and the online presentation of Basketball Media Days. On behalf of the Lone Star Conference, I am Andrew Roberts. I'm joined here today by Coach Jeff Mahoney, Alana Gillespie, and Shamika Smith. Coach, what are some expectations that you have for your team this year?
Yeah, we're really have been focusing on communication and being more consistent than we were last year. Staying healthy, that was something that we went through last year, and it really was a challenge every week to get practices in when you're shorthanded, and so our big thing this year is just trying to stay healthy and communicate, getting in shape. And we're doing a few things differently than we've done in the past, and I think it's been working. We've got a good group of kids that are experienced, and then we've got some youngsters that we've brought in that are going to contribute as well. So just trying to be balanced and communicate and get better every day.
What traditions or game day activities give your team the best home court advantage?
I definitely say now, like, we have the band coming in. That definitely has brought a lot of energy and to our atmosphere. And I'd say one thing that we do pre-game is, like, we like to pray before our game, so kind of just grounds us a little bit and prepares us before we hit the court.
Yeah, I'd say praying as well, and listening to music. With our group now, we kind of like to be goofy with each other, but we know how to switch it, turn that off, and just get in that mood. So yeah.
Coach, what are your thoughts on the Lone Star Basketball Conference?
Yeah, the Lone Star, is one of, if not the toughest D2 conference in the country, especially top to bottom. We play, there's a lot of different styles in the conference. Some people are really going to pound it inside. Some people are going to shoot it from the perimeter. Some people are going to try to play fast. Other people are going to try to slow you down a little bit. So, from Thursday to Saturday, there's a lot of challenges that you may play one way on Thursday and have to play a different way on Saturday. And we pride ourselves on being able to adjust and change things if we need to. It's a fun conference to coach in. There's a lot of really good players. There's a lot of really good coaches, and the atmospheres and the gyms is something that we like. The trips are long. We're used to that, but anybody that's been in it knows what it is. We all face the same challenges. All the coaches, and trying to put an itinerary together is challenging.
And ladies, back to you. What are some personal goals you have for yourself this year, as well as some team goals? And how do you feel you're best prepared to achieve those goals?
For me, my personal goals, this being my fourth year, my senior year, I faced injuries my freshman year and last year. So kind of just making sure I'm healthy, making sure I'm prepared to do what's needed for my team. That's my main goal for me personally, just getting out there, whether it's being energy on or off the court, defense, anything we need. That's my goal to do this season. And in terms of the team, just coming together as one would be our main goal. Communicating, as Coach Mo stated before. Just making sure that we have the energy day in and day out, whether it's practice, and being just kind of respectful of each other, and coming together as one, just having that culture around us.
What about you? Some personal goals and goals that you have for the team?
Well, a personal goal of mine this year is obviously to be better than I was last year, and then another one to hit my 1,000 point career mark, and that would be amazing for me to do. And for a team, I know everyone says to be better than last year, but I think it would be really important for us to be better than last year, because over the years we haven't been so good. So with this group that we have now, I think we have the tools and the pieces, and we're really good together. So I can't wait to let everybody see how we are.
Yeah. How do you keep your team feeling positive or motivated after, or maybe at halftime during a loss?
Like I said before, uno mas. It's one game. We take pride in whatever we do, whether it is a win or loss, and we just make sure to focus on the next game.
Probably say take your losses as your wins. You know, in this conference, you can't really feel sorry for yourself because we have so many good teams. So it's like when we do lose that game, we can just be there for each other and continue to have faith in one another and believe that, yeah, we messed up in this game, but we can turn it around in the next game. So just staying together and fixing the things that we struggle with will help us out.
How do we feel about starting off ninth in the conference?
You know, that's right in the middle, and that's where we finished. The last 4 or 5 years, right in the middle. It's a starting place. I think everybody will tell you that. If you start at the top, it's where you start. If you start at the bottom, it's where you start. So we don't really put too much into that. I mean, we don't sit around and worry about where we're at. It's where we finish. And we know if we take care of business and win games, we're going to finish where we need to be. And if you don't, then you got an uphill battle. And so I don't put too much in the preseason stuff, the preseason polls. It's just what it is. It's trying to look at who's got returners and who's got who moved in. But the bottom line is, do they mesh as a team? Can they all come together as one? Because a lot of times we all know the most talented teams is not who wins. Mm-hmm. It's who can play together as a team and who can come together and have each other's backs. And that's kind of how we approach things.
Absolutely. You talked about people bringing in the transfers or the freshmen. Is there anybody on your team that's particularly stood out, or a couple of people that have particularly stood out to you, newcomer-wise?
I could name you about. We had 5 returners. I could name you about 8 kids, but we talk all the time about team. And I told these two, they're up here because they're our vocal leaders, so for me to single anybody out would kind of be going against our team mantra. So I'm not gonna. We do have some good people that we've brought in. And like I said, we've got some freshmen. We've got 4 freshmen that I think all will contribute. They're all working hard. We've got some transfers and we've got a JUCO kid. So, and I think they would tell you the same thing. We don't view it as returners, newcomers, freshmen. We're all right here. And by this time, everybody in the conference, you've had enough practice that your freshmen should be further along than they were when they got here, and that's kind of how we approach it.
Coach, how does the support from the local community and alumni impact this team's performance and morale during the season?
Yeah, we have a lot of loyal alumni here, people that have been here a long time and really support the black and gold. And if you're winning, it's like anywhere else. The more you win, the more people show up, want to see what it's about, what's going on. But we welcome people to practice. We welcome people, to come to games, and we've got a good group of players that are fun to be around. And our boosters really like spending time. They'll give them cookies and all the things that you have. But
they shouldn't have.
Yeah, probably. but it's all part of it, and no different than any other Lone Star Conference school. Everybody's got your supporters, and their financial help really helps us. And coming to, but sitting up there and cheering for you is nothing like it. And our athletes here, if they're free, they come support, and that's always huge too. So shout out to all of our athletes that come to the games. And one thing I would like to say is, our men's and women's basketball team really support one another. I mean, we generally pull for each other, and I think that's a big part of being successful, especially when you go on the road.
Mm-hmm. Well, Coach, Lonnie, Shamika, I appreciate y'all taking y'all's time out of your day to sit with us. Good luck, and we look forward to seeing you play this season. That will wrap up our 2024 Lone Star Conference Media Day. The Aggies are about 3 weeks out from their first game against St. Adams, so thank you for tuning in.